this is new. We've never done this thing before, so we appreciate any patience you have, any constructive criticism. The folks that applied, by and large, found out about it this morning. I know some people may have found out about it from the blog post that I did a couple weeks ago, and maybe the email reminder. But in some cases, these folks might have had this morning to sort of put something together. And I think that takes a lot of courage. Depending on how well this one goes, we're planning to do this at future events as well. This is potentially an opportunity for these speakers to sort of try out to make the main stage in the future. So your support here would be great to help them if that's something they aspire to do. All right, are my speakers ready? Okay. All right, our first speaker, I think, is our youngest TEDxSanAntonio speaker ever. She's a 17-year-old high school student. She's the author of the blog ScienceInSA.wordpress.com. She's going to talk about what she has learned from scientific women. Please welcome to the stage, Fiona Burmeister Morton.
So, I'm a science nerd, but the reason I'm standing up here started when I was just a little kid. Throughout elementary school, I was a weird kid, but I loved science. I did my first dissection, a cow heart, when I was 6 years old. And throughout my life, I've been very frustrated by flimsy science classes that don't really teach you anything, and even the workshops I've attended have just assumed that kids, teenagers, preteens, whatever, can't really understand real science. And I'm here to tell you we can. About 7 months ago, I decided to take things into my own hands. I went to the UTSA's biology department's website, and I emailed every single woman on it. About half of them responded. So then I had to come up with a reason to get them to let me into their lab and interview them. I really just wanted to play around in labs and talk to people about science. So the reason I came up with was I started a blog, ScienceInSA.wordpress.com. And from then on, I just started interviewing people. In the following months, I interviewed graduate students, professors at UTSA, neonatal nurses, volunteers, and just pure scientists. All women. And I asked all of them what it was like to be a woman in science, in their respective fields. Got as many different answers as I did questions. One woman, a brilliant scientist, was so bitter. She clawed her way into a male-dominated academia, but still feels shunned by her colleagues, and so built an armor that she herself said she sometimes forgets to take off. Another woman I interviewed said she isn't faced with pushback from fellow male students. Instead, they're just surprised that she's willing to slog through muck and spend months staring at fish guts in the name of science. The other woman who I interviewed is my grandmother. She got a biology degree a long time ago, and she was constantly faced with questions, people asking her, "Why are you doing this?" and "Do you really want to do this?" She tells me the story that she wanted to do DNA research, but everyone in her degree said that she should go intern with the one other woman scientist at Baylor. And she did not want to do that. So she was stubborn, and she got the internship she wanted. But also when I'm interviewing these people, I'm asking them about their research, like neurons that originate in your nose and then travel up through your brain to where they're supposed to be. And worms that will tell you how the environment is doing in a specific place if you look at them the right way. And those are just a couple of counts of the many interviews I've done. The thing that stood out to me about all these interviews is not just the really cool science that they're doing right here in San Antonio, but also the fact that these women are succeeding in a male-dominated field. And I hope that highlighting these women in my blog will show other young girls like me that they can be awesome scientists and inspire them to be stubborn and seek out careers in science, technology, engineering, and math. Thank you.
How many scientists do you think you've interviewed in this process?
At least 10.
At least 10?
At least 10.
Okay, that's awesome. Well, thank you so much and congratulations.
Thank you.
All right, Fiona. I think it might be